Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel. I'm Danielle.
I'm Maggie.
And today we are reacting to the 9/11 boat lift video.
Yeah.
We have seen it before. We watched it years ago.
I think when it first came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was several years ago now, I think.
Yeah.
But a lot of you guys were suggesting to watch it on our 9/11 video, so we thought that we could watch it again, years later.
Yeah. Because all as I remember of that one is obviously the big Italian New Yorker type guys,
Yeah.
and everything. And just being helpful and everything. So yeah. But absolutely, yeah, we just have had so many requests for it,
Yes.
and it's not something that's fresh in our minds. So
Yeah.
absolutely, we're gonna take a peek at it. And,
Yes.
and I think why not anyway? Because
Yeah.
things like that these
important.
Everybody that day was important, but these people just came out of
Yeah.
nowhere to help, and so we're gonna take a peek at it, and I don't know, I have one guy in mind that I remember, but I don't remember some of the other stuff. So yeah, we'll
Okay.
take a peek and see and
Okay.
discuss it at the end.
All right, let's go.
Okay, here we go.
I thought I was watching a movie, Towering Inferno at first. And then I looked real close, and I noticed it was the World Trade Center. I was compelled because I'm a type of person that can't stand by and watch other people suffer. And to me, they were suffering. They wanted to get off the island. And there was no way for them to get off the island other than the water. And I had noticed when I was watching the television, I saw a lot of the ferries going up into slips and taking people off. I said, fine, we could do the same thing. I can take people on my boat, get in there, take them where they have to go. And that's what we did.
I think if you're not around there, you forget that Manhattan is an island.
No,
You're just stuck.
Oh, that picture. Gosh.
It's so nauseating, and I think it will be for eternity.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
On the morning of September 11th, when the towers came down,
Oh, I didn't remember that
Millions
being
of people
Tom.
were
Oh,
narrating.
yeah.
hundreds of thousands of them ran south to the water's edge. That's when they realized that Manhattan is indeed an island, and that they were trapped.
They were feeling helpless. And that's the worst feeling in the world. What was a person on the ground going to do?
It looks like
Buildings were
old
down,
pictures.
People laying on
From the grayness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Firemen, civilians. My wife was there, and I turned around. I says, I've got to go do something. Just like that. And she looked at me. She says, what are you going to do, you maniac? I says, I'm going to take the amberjack up into the city.
Bless his heart.
Yeah.
She says, but what if they're attacked again? I says, well, then that's something I have to live with. I says, I have to do what I have to do. I says, and nobody can stop me right now. Even if I save one person or I rescue one person, that's one person less that will suffer and die.
You're a great man, Vincent.
Yeah.
Oh, just a tiny little kid.
Where's Vincent
They were
now?
trying to evacuate
No.
Manhattan because nobody knew what was going on. You didn't know something else was going to happen. It was as though, a madness on one side and wanting to help people on the other side.
They were just streaming out of the buildings, and the first mode of transportation they saw was a ferry boat.
It's
That's
just
when
like
they knew, this is how I'm getting out of here.
people scattered everywhere you look. It's just so sad.
There wasn't panic in New York in the beginning, just volume. It wasn't until the first building fell that there was panic.
For sure. Where do you go? What do you do?
You heard the building go down, but we're in the slip, so we can't see it. That's when we started letting go, and then all of a sudden,
They're in the what?
you couldn't see
I don't
anything.
know. Water.
People were actually jumping into the river and swimming out of Manhattan. Boats were very nearly running them over.
Gosh.
These people wanted out of Manhattan no matter any way they could.
Somebody wants you to go over there.
Every mode of transportation out of Manhattan was shut down. All the subways were shut. The tunnels were all closed. They closed the bridges. They closed everything immediately.
Boats, usually an afterthought in most New Yorkers' minds, were for the first time in over a century the only way in or out of Lower Manhattan.
Yeah, because probably taxis and subways are their first mode of transportation.
Yeah.
The process that actually had already started. There were some boats that were grabbing people, and people were lined up at the walls.
It's just human nature. You see people in distress on the seawall in Manhattan begging you to pick them up. You have to pick them up.
They didn't know what was going on. They seen the building getting hit with these two planes. As far as they was concerned, you know, we were being bombed. I was wondering if they were going to come on the boat, if they had people with bombs, or if they were going to come on. We're a big orange target in the middle of that harbor. My job is to keep the boat safe, my passengers safe, my crew safe.
Everybody was in shock,
That
running around. They
picture.
didn't want to leave their family, their loved ones running around the city.
There was one guy ran from the apron and jumped onto the boat. He grabbed onto the metal, climbed up right next to the pilot. So I'm going out there to say something. He slides down to the next deck. So the deckhands get him and go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm jumping for my life. So, you know, you couldn't argue with him there.
Yep. That's what I was just about to say. I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
There was at the lower tip of Manhattan. I thought the boat was going to flip over because so many people were trying to get on. And as I looked behind, they were just 10 deep. That's kind of what gave us the idea.
We decided that this has to get better organized, and we better do it, and that's what we did.
So we decided to make the call on the radio. All available boats. This is the United States Coast Guard Board, the pilot boat in New York. Anyone want to help with the evacuation of Lower Manhattan? Report to Governor's Island.
It's crazy because like
Call came on
the
radio.
ferry
They were coming.
was the first one to pick a lot of people up.
Uncertain of
Ferries don't go that
who's gonna
fast,
respond.
Right.
especially when there's
15,
an
20 minutes
overload
later,
of people on it.
Boats all across the horizon.
Literally 100 targets converging on the lower part of Manhattan.
Those pictures always get me.
Yeah.
Tugboats. I've never seen so many tugboats all at once.
There was just like a fleet of tugboats headed to Manhattan.
If it floated and it could get there, it got there.
All different size, shapes, and form. I mean, and they were zooming across this border.
Ferries, private boats, party boats.
I worked on the water for 28 years. I've never seen that many boats come together at one time that fast. One radio call and it just came together just that fast. Hundreds of boats converged on the city, leaving the sun-bathed harbor behind them.
The smoke's like all the way out on the water.
That was something I won't forget. It was just low, dark, acrid, black smoke. It's like there was a big chimney in Manhattan. When we pulled into Pier 11, the dust was unbelievable.
And then out of nowhere, you just kept on seeing people coming.
They looked like zombies coming through the fog, and you knew that those were human beings.
Don't leave us. Please don't leave us here. Take us. At that point, the Coast Guard said, not how many people are you allowed, how many people can you fit?
And it's sad because you want to fit more on there.
But you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Literally would take
Like,
a bedsheet off the boat.
don't yell at them though. I mean, like they just went through all that trauma. Like, don't yell at them.
I know. Because I've seen that little clip in other stuff before.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought too. But like,
Calm down.
Housewives, workers that do windows. We had executives. And the thing that was the best, everyone helped everyone.
I feel like I've seen like these just civilians. I feel like I've just seen them in other videos before.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Lift her up like a surfboard and cast her over the handrails.
When we would carry a load of people over, and there was somebody standing there that seen her husband or wife, you know, that made us feel even better, you know. Well, at least we got two back together, you know. Keep on going, you know.
The guy that works at the ferry, he's a welder. His son was on my boat. He actually came up. He thanked me.
We went back and forth all day long, carrying boatloads, as many as our boat would hold.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people. A lot of people.
Like how many people were rescued just by boat?
You couldn't have planned
Right.
nothing.
Thousands.
To happen that
Yeah.
fast, that quick.
Thousands.
No training. This was just people doing what they had to do that day.
You forget all about what you're supposed to do, what they teach you in school, and you say, you know what? Morally, this is the right way to go, and deep down,
Yeah.
this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Average people. They stepped up, and when they needed to, they showed me, you know, when the American people need to come together and pull together, they will do it.
I do feel a way honored that I was a part of it.
That's the greatest thing I ever did with my life.
The greatest day that I've ever seen in all my boating. I mean, my life on the water.
The Great Boat Lift of 9/11 became the largest sea evacuation in history.
Whoa.
Larger than the evacuation of Dunkirk in World War II, where 339,000 British and French soldiers were rescued over the course of 9 days.
Oh my
In
god.
9/11, nearly 500,000 civilians were rescued from Manhattan by boat. It took less than 9 hours.
I've got goosebumps.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
legs are covered.
So 300-some thousand in 9 days for Dunkirk, and over.
I thought it said 300.
Yeah, 300,000 something
Oh.
something in 9 days. This in 9 hours, over 500,000.
I never want to say the
insane.
word I should have.
Mm.
If I do it and I fail, I tried. If I do it and I succeed, better for me. And I tell my children the same thing. Never go through life saying you should have. If you want to do something, you do it.
Amen. Mm.
Wow.
Okay.
It's, like so beautiful.
I know.
The picture of the boats all like coming to the, that I've seen that, like I see it every year, and it always just gets me.
Yeah.
It's although frightening, so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I think it's always so crazy. I mean, obviously, like, I wasn't in New York or DC or Pennsylvania on that day, but I was, you know, around. I was a
Yeah.
brand new mom, but it's still just like, you know, I remember it specifically from that day, and any 9/11 stuff that we watch, it just like, it literally like, it makes me like happy and sad at the same time, just the humanity from that day.
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
And I hate to, but I have to compare it, you know, in today's world.
Yeah.
Because, you know, September 11th was a day where nothing mattered except for life.
Mm-hmm.
Life was the most important thing that day. It didn't matter anything else.
I know.
Anything else. Who you were, what you were, how you were, nothing else mattered that day. It was a matter of another life, you know.
Wow. And like I always say, and I think I said it in our 9/11 video,
Yeah.
it's just crazy, like everyone helped each other. Nobody
Yeah.
blinked an eye.
Yeah.
Just with helping each other, and just like so many people were heroes that day.
Yeah.
And just so brave, and everybody literally came together for everyone.
Yeah, everybody.
Like that.
Yeah.
And without even thinking, everyone just helped. And like in today's time, like today, everyone, like most people just hate each other. You look at someone wrong and they hate you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so sad and it's so crazy.
Yeah. It's sad to say, and I might have said this before in the other video, but it's just like, I think sometimes it's a scarier time now than it was that day, and that day was horrific.
I know.
You know, it just that there's just as much violence happening today over silly stuff, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's insane.
Yeah, it was the most tragic day, you know, in a long time. I mean, I'm only 47 years old, so I know that there are other people who have been through huge tragedies, but like obviously it was, you know, it was a major tragedy, and also one of those just beautiful days. Everybody was just kind and helpful, and just I don't know, it was something else.
I know.
There's so many emotions that go with it, you know, and just, you know, and that guy, he's sitting at home chilling with his wife, and he's like, I gotta go help.
I know. It's
you know?
So beautiful.
And we just, I don't know. It's I think it makes it like more difficult to watch it right now in the times we're living in, to see just people that were just good human beings, and they just, you know, went and they're like, I gotta do this. And all these guys, you know, these are guys you think that, you know, they might just be walking down the street, you know, doing their job. You know, some of these guys obviously like worked on different ships and boats and stuff, and they just wanted to help. They just wanted to be kind and, you know, love thy neighbor. You know.
I know.
And
it's truly beautiful.
It
really is.
And wow, what a number though. Like 300 something thousand in 9 days for Dunkirk, and over 500,000 in 9 hours on September 11th. Talk about hustlers.
Yeah.
They were on it back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so crazy to me, you know, because obviously we saw a lot of people with the buildings who, you know, jumpers and I think fallers. And then they're like, oh yeah, people were like jumping in the Hudson, you know.
It's so sad. I know, because that's what I thought with that part too. I'm like, you've got people, you know, jumping out of the building or trying to scale it, and then obviously falling on accident.
Yeah.
Scaling the building to try to save their life, jumping over whatever into the water to try to save their life. It's just so sad.
Yeah.
And then how that one man like jumped down into the boat and everything, and he's like, what are you doing? And just trying to save my life. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say anything to that.
Yeah.
Except, all right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so sad.
It really is. It is. And
it's so sad.
I don't know. I guess if you're jumping onto a boat into the river, at least you know that you're safe, as long as you can swim.
Well, they said that people almost got hit by the boats.
Well, and you figure, like, you know, people that are jumping in, the amount of boats
I know
that were in the water.
Yeah.
I mean, like, probably on your average day in that area, it's not likely to get hit by a boat. But on that day, obviously, because however many, I don't know if they said, but however many hundreds of boats or whatever showed up.
It's so crazy.
You know, and I know I saw the one boat, it said like Hoboken on it. And I'm like, you know, at that point, just get me to New Jersey. Like, I don't care which part.
Of this island.
Yeah, you take me wherever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't care where we go, just not here. Yeah.
But I just thought of this too, is think about, you know, the people that were obviously running to the boats had been covered in, you know, ashes and debris and everything. But think about too is like once they got across the river and then saw what they were just in, because it's two different viewpoints from being in it, being covered in everything.
Do you think they even looked back at that point?
Maybe some that didn't. Maybe some didn't ever want to see, you know, that view again, having been in it. But there would be some that might turn back around and look and just be like, holy cow, yeah, I was literally just in that.
I've never thought about that before.
I never have either until this very moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah.
This video is truly beautiful. It really is.
It is. Amazing. There's just something about, like, you know, these just everyday just men of America that just took action and just went and saved people's life without a second thought.
I know.
So
it's amazing.
That's a real man.
Yes. Agreed.
There we go.
Agreed.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other suggestions, please comment them down below. No matter what it is, movie, show, reaction, 9/11, whatever. Let us know.
We do have other reactions that we're trying to work on. We're working on getting the right equipment for it.
Yes.
So that will take a little while, but in the meantime, we'll keep doing a lot of these type of reactions and things.
Yes, because we really want to do movies. So yeah, we're just trying to get the equipment and everything, because I'm so excited to actually do movies instead of just like the movie trailers. I want to do movies.
We've had a lot of movie suggestions, and so we have a list going.
Yes, we do. We have a full list.
Yeah. So
all right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all the good things, and we will see and talk to you in the next video.
Bye.